Hi guys, I'm going to put a link in the description for a fellow YouTuber, kind of a science fiction pop culture guy, who was in a horrific car crash. So now he's disabled, his wife is disabled, and I've followed the guy for a few months. It's not a scam. I've been keeping my eye on his channel. So I'll put that link in there. Anyway, the art I'll explain at the end. I've only been on Twitter a few days now, and holy cow, Comicsgate is divided into a half dozen factions, and they're all fighting with each other like fat chicks over the last Twinkie. I can't even keep track of all the groups. The Shitty Web Comics, the Cherries, War Campaign, Turbo, the Christian Coalition, and there are about a dozen individuals also involved, but I don't want to drag them into it. It's been months since I was on Twitter, and Comicsgate has crawled up its own twat. I remember the good old days only a few months ago when we were fighting with that douchebag Mark Waid and Renfamous. Ren, I want you fire hose the gays famous. Now we're constantly bitching at each other. Why are we attacking each other with this chicken shit infighting? There are some groups that are pretty obviously pouring gas on the fire for eyeballs, Patreon, and super chats. Some live streams are trapped. The drama is free money for them, so they don't want to switch gears and get on a new topic. And criticizing both sides doesn't make me any friends. Actually, it loses me subs. But we can all chill out a bit. Just agree to leave each other alone. Comicsgate was doing great, then cracks started to appear. But it's actually not the end of the world. I mean, yeah, I wish it didn't happen, but Comicsgate has grown and spread out to many other channels. There are now several big Comicsgate or Comicsgate associated channels. And remember, at a time, having 100 people in a live stream was a huge accomplishment. And it actually still is. Remember, it's better to have 100 loyal customers who buy your books than 1,000 people who are just in the chat to be entertained, but not buy your stories. It probably takes about 1,000 buyers to get a book out. 2,000 buyers is a rock-solid hit. You don't need a mega $500,000 hit right off the bat. Before Diversity in Comics got the party started, a $30,000 campaign was a big deal. But with the help of Ethan Van Sciver lending his silky vocal fry and Mickey Mouse impressions, a lot of $30,000 campaigns were made possible. Think of it like this. Zack built the table, but Ethan invited people to dinner, and I assume that EVS still is helping people sell books. I don't listen as much as I used to. Nothing against EVS, but there are a lot of competing shows. His and everyone's audience is growing. General Zod, Polydub, I Love Comics, John Malin. Oh wait, that's right. John Malin's live streaming ability got destroyed by EVS. Was it a conspiracy to destroy the competition? Was EVS playing chess? Was it all carefully crafted to keep John Malin under his boot? Now that I think about it, EVS never made that mistake on his own channel. Hey, who doesn't love a good conspiracy theory? Anyway, Twitter is evil, but very good for mindlessly hating perfect strangers. It's basically 1984's 2 minutes of hate. I'm on Twitter at Bianca Fights or Bianca Fights Zombies, but since I'm a trans lesbian woman of color, I feel it's my duty to speak truth to power and speak up for the powerless, the most marginalized and disenfranchised people in America, the cis, hetero, Christian people of the light. As a transsexual lesbian minority who is poor and disabled, they will have a harder time calling me a Nazi. It's funny that they call us Nazis, and when you tell them your family was killed by them, they don't seem to care. One of my grandfathers died in the happy camps. He fell out of a guard tower. Our family is still recovering. Of course, I am just kidding. Our family suffered in World War II, but I can joke about it, because we should all joke about everything. Either it's all okay, or none of it's okay. I followed Renfamous for about a minute, but I guess she blocked me because I don't see her in my feed anymore. I wonder if she saw any of my videos. I think I called her evil, reprehensible, and totally lacking in morals. I may have called her a childish weirdo who's going to be eaten by her cats when she dies. My point with the whole Comicsgate thing is it might be nice to have a definition, just so we know where we stand with people. Because I see some what I assume are SJWs creeping around. So it would be nice to know who hates Comicsgate versus who just hates a few people in it, like EVS. For some, he can be a polarizing figure. My definition is, 1, comics without the racism and sexism that the alt-left SJWs usually include. 2, don't attack the customers. That's my definition. Now, if you don't agree with me, that's fine. I'll still talk to you and welcome you to my live streams. But you know where I stand, so tell me where you stand. And as an addendum that I didn't think I needed to add, don't attack people's families. Their wives and kids are off limits. The SJWs are attacking your boys and Tug's kids. It's related to an ad hominem attack, I guess, but really, how do you not understand that talking about people's kids is disgusting? If you don't like that Tug's kid is making videos, don't watch. Hell, if you don't like Tug, just don't watch. He seems like a really nice guy to me, but I almost never watch his shows anymore. I just don't have time. I usually listen to live streams at night on Pacific time, and I'm busy during the day. I have YouTube playing, and I'll dip in to drop a like and a comment, but that's all I have time for. I did get an Instagram. I realized I don't have time for that, but it is a good place to showcase the art that people send me, and they have been sending me some amazing, amazing art. I'm going to be taking a look at the Amazing Mary Jane, Money Shot, the Captain Marvel and Miss Marvel team-up, but I'll just have to combine the 3 comics into one because they're bad, of course, but they are as boring as a semester of federal taxation. There is a 12-book maxi series called Freedom Fighters that is beyond cringe. It's on issue 10 now, and it's selling 10,000 issues. It's basically 12 issues of Nazis are bad, and anyone to the right of Stalin, Mao, Castro is right-wing. Oh, and the people of the light are bad, but POCs are good, and so are open borders, at least for some countries. But it's rather a spicy topic, so I've got to find a way to safely put it on YouTube. I'll have to use dog whistles, which are now haram because free expression makes our masters very nervous. Who are our masters? Well, they're the redacted and the censored. Okay, guys, check out Captain Robert April's GoFundMe, or buy a t-shirt, and I will include 100% of the profit in my donation. You can send me your art, you can enter the contest, join the Discord, or support the channel, since I run on coffee and hate. Obviously, you can get the shirts in any color you want. There's like a couple dozen shirts on there now, so I just put some in different colors, just to, I don't know, be able to differentiate between the two. If you're an artist, an inker, or a letterer, you know, amateur's totally fine, and you want to help me make t-shirts, that I'll split the profits with you after the end of the year, because until then I'll give 100% of the profits to the captain's GoFundMe. I'm looking for more offensive designs. That's why I showed you the art in the beginning. The iron crosses, the stars and bars, you know, with rainbow colors, or, you know, the colors that, I don't know, whether they're like purple means something, means transsexual, or lavender or something. Lightning bolts, rainbow lightning bolts, rainbow iron crosses. I want stuff that triggers SJW but also confuses them. Because it's stuff like when you make the what is it, the iron cross and the hammered sickle. No, the hammered sickle in the shape of a I'll just say a crooked cross, and then you make it rainbow colored, and then you put Bianca Fights the Zombies over it with the skull or something. It just, you look at it and it kind of forces a conversation of, oh, well, you know, those right-wing, allegedly right-wing fascists are bad, but then it forces the idea that, well, yeah, but what about communists? They actually killed, you know, 200 million people. Oh, yeah, them. Or, you know, the Japanese and Italians were also fascists. But everyone seems to forget about them for some reason. Anyway, I realize I get a very, very small channel, and my outreach is tiny. But like I said, I'll donate 100% of the profits. Anything you send me until the end of the year, I will add it to my donation to this guy. Last night, my longtime friend Bob Littlepage was in a massive accident on his way to see his wife, who's in the hospital. He was sober, awake, and driving safe until he hit a patch of standing water, rolled his Ford Explorer. He was belted in, but the belt failed for some reason, and he was thrown through the windshield. Broken arm, spinal fractures, contusions, and memory loss. He and his wife are homeless. The SUV was their only shelter. In addition, their 18-year-old Tabby was killed in the crash, so now they are out of their shelter and their companion. I'm trying to raise money to get them another vehicle, and if possible, a home. He's 55 and a veteran. His wife's 52, permanently disabled. Guys, if there's anything you want me to do that will get you to donate money, I will absolutely do it. I don't know what I could do for you other than go on your live streams and try to be entertaining in some way. But if there's anything I can do that will get you to rebroadcast this or help this guy, just contact me, biancazombie602@gmail.com. All of the links and the links to this will be in the description. Just let me know. I really want to help this guy out. I know who he is. I mean, I don't know him, but I've been following his YouTube channel long enough to know that, yes, he did live in his car, and he's in deep trouble now. So I hope that we can help a fellow YouTuber. All right, guys, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all next episode.